Pogba will leave it for Rashford. He strikes. Oh, it's a goal! Staying on his feet this time. Look, they went for Martial. Lovely touch by Fernandez. Cavani! Rashford all the way across goal. What a finish!
Welcome, guys, and welcome to All in All United. West Ham United 1, Manchester United 2. Now, Phil, what's going on? We have Phil and we have Nico as usual on the inside, guys. What's up? What's up? How we doing?
Yeah, good.
How are we feeling about the results? How are we feeling about the score line?
3 points most important. At the end of the day, 3 points most important.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
boy. I share the same sentiments as Nico, boy. Three points and we leave and we move, boy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. So today was a day of late drama, right? Because I mean, listening to your feedback, I guess I could probably guess we're on the same page, right? With how we thought the game went. Probably during the conversation, it might come out to be different, but from what I'm hearing so far, I feel we might be on the same page. But anyway, so today was a day of late drama. I think the game really started in the 89th minute when Lingard, scored the winner, which we'll get into. But before we do that, I think it'll be pertinent to share an interesting stat, and as long as it continues, we go bring it out here, right? So today, after today's victory, we have now gone 29 games unbeaten on the road, and also after today's result, we are joint top leaders in the league, right? The Premier League, with Chelsea and Liverpool. I think we're third based on goal difference. So after 5 games, we ain't doing too bad in terms of results, so yeah. So Joselle, thanks for joining, buddy. Good night to you too. We have
Yeah, man.
Iron Lion. Good night, buddy. Thanks for joining. And man like Riyadh, thanks for joining, buddy. Good night to you too. So fellas, the game started, or all the drama started in the second half when the referee practically had the whistle by him out to blow off the game. But let me talk about that, because that's had to be the heights, right? The high point of today, where all the action took place. Somebody went from being a villain to a hero, then somebody went from being a hero to a villain, then our next person went from being a villain to a hero. It had all kind of changes and twists and all kind of things in the plot today. Let me get into it, guys.
Yeah, boy, today was the day of retribution, boy. I think in terms of Lingard, with a fire on Lingard, Lingard come and he scored the winner. The here after the Europa League final, we say, well, oh my goodness, he couldn't save one penalty. I say, there's the first penalty he saved in about 40 penalties. So he would have, had some type of attribution today. Even Oli and his subs, to work today. So as much as we'd have fired up Oli, in terms of his substitutions during the week, both of his subs would have worked today. So I think today was the day of retribution, and that just to show you how a game of football could be. From one day is a high, the next day is a low, and you're seeing where, to be a manager at this time, especially as Manchester United, you're seeing why Oli getting more grey and losing here too, because this is a real stressful job, so yeah, that is it for me there now.
All right, so before I come to Phil, let me just get some comments together, guys, on the inside. Richard, thanks for joining, buddy. Good night to you too.
Man, good night.
And I know Riyadh just come on for he little back and so let me game it, right? Because you say busy, but I just needed to come in and say this. Right. Marcel, have no place on this team. early days, Riyadh, early days. But right now it's looking real rough, real gloomy. Richard saying, I don't know why we just had to go down a goal to perform. Yeah, boy, watch me, it's frustrating. Riyadh saying, the ref was looking to be a headline. Yeah, boy, but we don't get into the referee because that referee real sabotage, sure. Boy. Sabotage. Sure. Hey, David, welcome, man. Thanks for joining. Good night to you, too. Gregory, welcome, buddy. David saying put some respect upon the hair. Here now, I telling you, it's a real men after that Europa League. They didn't want to see the hair, So I just waiting to see the ones who was bad talking them to come and play the talking and begin the hair now. Red saying that's what has made the game interesting, definitely. But oh gosh, boy, sometimes they could save with that, boy. Phil, I have your receipts. I know you and Gregory have a little thing going on. So, and Jason Cumberbatch, thanks for joining, buddy. Henderson, sit back down, yeah, go to Phil.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god! Before that second half start, I had hair on my head. Just to let you know, I had hair on my head before that second half start. Right? It's funny because from Tuesday to the end of this game today, it was all focusing on, I guess, Lingard and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, right? But fast forward to today, right? Back to the second half where Ole Gunnar Solskjaer brought on Jesse Lingard again, right? So I was like, whoa, because I was totally shocked as to what he took off Paul Pogba, and I was like, you're bringing on Jesse Lingard and Sancho. So mine was like, you know what? Just let this game play out, right? And I was making a joke on a couple of podcasts in between Tuesday and today. I was like, I have a feeling Jesse Lingard is going to score, but I don't know for which team, right? I told people that, right? Because his heart still lies with West Ham, but he's a Man United player, right? And I think bringing on the Nemanja Matic and that, and the two substitutions work. Bringing on Nemanja Matic and Lingard, seeing Matic pass the ball to Lingard, and then Lingard putting it into the top corner to sit on Fabianski. I definitely celebrated a little bit, just a little bit. I celebrated because the goal scored, right? But then, I kid you not, when Shaw put out his hand, I was like, I'm done. I am literally done. We cannot catch a break. Like if we were sponsored by Kit Kat, we could not even catch a break. I kid you not. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Now, two things went through my mind: the Europa League final, as Nico mentioned, and also why are these guys bringing on Mark Noble just to take a penalty, right? Long story short, you see the hashtag in my name, Dave saves. Okay? And when David De Gea saved that, I ran around my apartment. I did. Because I was like, this guy has been getting so much stick since the Europa League final. And David De Gea came up big today. A lot of people are going to say, Jesse Lingard gave us the 3 points today. I'm going to change that and I say David De Gea gave us the 3 points today, right? Because it's a penalty. And Mark Noble is known for taking great penalties for West Ham, right? And if that scored 2-2, but Dave saves 2-1, and I'm comfortable with that result. I don't mind being joint of the league with two other teams. I don't mind. They can score as many goals as they want, but as long as we get that W and we're in there or somewhere about, I'm thankful for that. But David De Gea, I tip my hat off to you.
Yeah, man. Well said.
Yeah. Just want to recognize some people on the inside here. Nicholas Dream Chaser, thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying, good night, fellas. Firstly, big up Lingard and De Gea. Honestly, thought it was going to be a draw. Yeah, and I think you all noted it as well. When you look at the substitutions, it kind of gave you the impression that Oli was going to kind of lock up shop and take the draw and run it. But again, the players show up, and we go get into that. David saying here, Moyes pull off a Southgate. Yeah, I mean,
for sure.
Too much sentiment behind that, man. Like, you didn't watch the Euros and learn that, hey, yeah, we're going on chances. This may not be the best situation. But then again, you never know, You never know. But history will tell you that is not really something that has worked in the recent past. But say what? Our favor, me and mine. I am saying De Gea gave us the 3. I cannot see Henderson being on no one even after the Europa League final.
Yeah, true.
I'm very pleased to see how people on board now, people talking and digging up the hair, because I was always for the hair.
All
Anyway,
right.
so
Anyway,
Wait,
before
wait,
you move on,
before you go,
before you move on,
I want people to see what was the name at the back of my shirt. Okay, that is the name at the back of my shirt. Okay, David De Gea,
uh, yeah.
numero uno.
And I think kudos here, because to me, before he wasn't in his best form, I think he took accountability on himself, to come in early, cut his vacation short, to come in early, to start his preseason early, to be in the form he is in now. And I think definitely he has to take kudos for that, and big respect for that. And I think his hard work is definitely paying off. And Henderson, you had to sit back, and Henderson can have no qualms in terms of the form the here is in at the present with him on the bench. I think the here is in some of the best form we have seen in the last 5 or 6 years of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
David De Gea has not made any mistake during this EPL season. He hasn't.
yeah,
All
yeah.
the goals that we've conceded have been from, I guess, our midfielders not like
Being
cutting.
present.
Right, exactly. Our midfielders not pressing the opposition to like cut down like shots from on goal. Right, deflections happen. I mean, look at what happened to Chelsea and Spurs today, right? But that's a discussion for another time. So
yeah, yeah. I have a question for you guys, and Kristen posted it here. He's saying, "What do you think about Rice's performance? Man looked real good, missing piece of the jigsaw." And I think right after Riyadh was saying Max Sauce was better than him. What was your thoughts on
no.
on
Declan
Rice?
Declan Rice played really well today, but he's not worth 100 million. I'm sorry,
Exactly, and I agree.
not worth
I
100
agree.
million.
Yeah, and then you see where even the media pushing it, pushing Declan Rice and Man United, and to me, I don't think he's the answer. I don't think he would be the answer. Yes, he's a better player than McTominay, and he was better than McTominay today. But I don't think he's the answer.
King Unruly, thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying players does always show up for Oli when his throat about to get cut. What?
What?
You know something we don't know, King
We far
Unruly?
from that. I think the pressure was on Oli after the last game. He was on a bit on that, but he wasn't nowhere close again. His throat cut yet.
Yeah, I think we're far from that. Anderson, welcome, buddy. He's saying Rice is 50 to 60 million. Yeah, by telling you
Yeah, I
West Ham
guess.
valuing a man 100 million by
Yeah.
crazy.
That man got 1 year left on his contract.
Yeah. And the
Yes,
thing
it
is,
can
he's
go
English.
away.
He's English, so they go pay the money. They go pay the money.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
somebody mentioned media before. Media have the tendency to always push the agenda with especially
Of
English
course, of course.
You know?
And that's what we're doing right now with Rice, of course.
players. Yeah. So guys, so the game, right now, personally for me, I knew that the players knew that they needed to respond, right? And I think results-wise, they did. The manner in which we won today, I think it's a little bit debatable because some people watch the games and see different things, and that's fair. And myself and Nico, we were talking through the game, and I don't know if Nico's opinion changed, right? But I am still, because and Oli will hear me saying it so much times on these shows, that I am all for performance. Now, performance over result, no, but performance to complement result. And I still find that the team, while we started off, I think the first 20-25 minutes, we started off positive. I still think for majority of the game, we look second best. And when I say that, I mean that when you saw West Ham mount attacks, they always looked like they had a plan. As opposed to when Man United set up attacks, it was always they trying to figure it out on the go or while they go. I don't know if you all agree with that, but it's something that's always concerning to me that I'm annoyed when I watch my team play, right? And we seem to only or heavily rely on, now it's important, it's a part of the game, individual brilliant moments as a part of the game, it has happened, no problem with that. But I feel like we've become too heavily dependent on these one-off, two-off moments because just the goal that we scored, the go-ahead goal that we scored today was a moment of brilliance. A pass from Matic to Jesse, and Jesse cut, and that was a beautiful strike. But outside of that, have we seen our team, build up and actually create proper chances for Ronaldo today? That ball that was for me, I was surprised Ronaldo popped up there and scored. I didn't see the goal coming. Now I don't know what your thoughts are, but it becoming a little bit concerning. Now I know the 3 points will go a long way in terms of confidence, and motivation and that and all of that. But it always seems as though, and we mentioned it in the last review, Nico, that Oli is being out coached. Go through, fellas.
Yeah, I wanna agree with you. I wanna agree with you in definitely some what you just said in terms of hey Dodi, good night. Right? The first 20-25 minutes, I think we look positive, but yet still lacking a bit of a cutting edge, And I think after that, when West Ham would have settled into the game, we saw where they were counter-attacking on us, and their counter-attack was right? It was brutal, in terms of we didn't had a answer for them while they were passing through our midfield. So our midfield was nowhere every time they countered on us. I think you would have spoke about it after the game in terms of the post match, in terms of you had to apply some type of resistance. And again, to me, that had to come from coaching, So it had no resistance in the midfield, and it was just from the counter straight onto our defense with no kind of resistance in the midfield. And I think that is where we looked outplayed. That is where we looked out coached. Because if you look at the players pound for pound, West Ham and Manchester and the players we are Manchester United, there's no comparison. There's no comparison in the quality. And with the quality that we had on the field in terms of Pogba, Ronaldo, Bruno, Greenwood, right? Even if we had to go down to Varane, right? The quality that we had, it was showing at some point that both teams are even in quality now. And to me that is definitely was concerning today.
You say I don't know if you said even in quality.
Yeah, that had me confused. What do you mean by even in quality?
Even in quality, we have more quality than West Ham. But how the game looked at times, it looked like we was on par.
Yeah,
we was par
Yeah.
in terms of quality now.
Right,
and to me that was concerning.
So the way our players, because I agree with Reem, the way our players were playing today were more of a hit and hope. So let me hit this ball and hope it finds a player in not red but the same colors that Jody has on. Let me hit this ball and hope it finds Ronaldo. Let me hit this ball and hope it finds McTominay. Let me hit this ball and hope it finds Wan-Bissaka or whoever is on my team. Right? There's a lot of hitting and hoping today. So I mean, in terms of West Ham's plan, when West Ham was on the counter, you see a lot of backflips, and they're doing these back passes because they're so confident as in which position is going to be in which player is going to be in which part of the field, right? So they're counter attacking, and then I back heel the ball, and I know that Ben Rama is going to be there, and they're confident doing it, right? It's not like when some of our players back heel the ball, like all of a sudden it's like a West Ham counter attack, but I see where Reem is coming from in terms of individual brilliance, right? I did mention after the Europa League final that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to find some sort of style of play, philosophy that he can inject into this team, right? Today, our midfield, we were like a donut, just a hole in the middle, right? Because Fred and McTominay, I've told people from time and time again, they're not intelligent enough to be playing in Manchester United's midfield. Right, I watched N'Golo Kante versus Spurs today. He came on to the second half, and that guy has about 12 lungs. I kid you not. Right, the guy is running, but the guy is also going forward and contributing to the attack, and that's what you call an intelligent football player, right? I don't think Fred and McTominay are that intelligent, but I'm just gonna say something that Nico said, is that down to the coaching or is that just how they are, right? Because I can coach you Monday to Friday, but it's all about if you're listening to me or hearing to me and applying it onto the football field, right? I don't know if Fred is being coached well or if Fred is actually like that type of player. So
Yeah, yeah. So guys, we have Jody Juju Boss on the inside. It's been a while, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
Glad to have you
yeah.
in, man.
Nice,
So
man.
so tell us now, we're talking about the game. We already touched on the high points, which was, from minute 89 until I think the 95th minute. But go through and give us your thoughts on the game now.
Well, line up wise, I didn't have a problem with the line up because I know we had the players to come off the bench then. And Sanchez things they really go the way it's supposed to be going. So I didn't have a problem with the lineup. As for the game, we had like I would say 10 minute spells in between 10-minute spells. Where some come and them stick to their game plan. Because when I look at we trying to attack them, right? Was our back four of West Ham. Then in front of that back four have four of our players. And then in front of four of our players have four West Ham players. And there was sandwiching, which could be Ronaldo, Greenwood, Bruno, and whether it be Pogba or McTominay, whichever one of them was flexing in between there. And everything, as Phil was saying, was like a hit and hope. You understand, from the back, or himself when I don't know if to call them CDMs, if to call them midfielders, however people may want to call them, Fred and McTominay. Even when them get the ball, was like a hit and hope. Varane a hit and hope, Maguire a hit and hope. Very rare you see. It had one or two occasions where Wan-Bissaka, he was actually going down the wing and trying to swing the ball inside, but still that wasn't working. And despite we win, I really didn't see the game. I just saw like bits and pieces because I was in and out of the hospital with my dad today. So
Sorry to hear that, man.
Hope
everything well. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Now, well, he's still inside there, but he's doing a little better now. And and I still didn't enjoy that game today. I find like we just like only just throwing out them there and telling them fellas well, they go and play football, and however they play, so it is. I telling you, it don't have a as we just say a formula, a standard, a way of playing football, and it real frustrating to watch at times. But I'm glad for the victory still. You understand, and you see how it goes from there.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Jody. And as Nico had said, really, hope everything go good with your dad. All right. Yeah, guys.
I just hope it doesn't come down to, we have Cristiano Ronaldo, who's a great header of the ball, and we just look to swing the ball into the box and hope for the best.
But that's what it was. That's what seemed as though was happening after a certain period of time in the game. That's why it's so happening. You had Luke Shaw getting on the ball and trying to swing it inside for Ronaldo, and that was crazy. That was crazy.
I would have liked, for me, with this, when coming to the substitutions, I think he could have make it a little 5-10 minutes earlier. And this is me personally, I would have, yes, Ronaldo is a game changer, but at a certain point, like, he didn't have the legs again, you could have see it. And I find like it have players you could take off Ronaldo, and it have players you could bring on. You understand? You could switch Greenwood into the middle and bring on Martial on the left. So you can rotate your squad according to. I'm not saying that we have to bring them on, but I
was actually asking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, why are you not taking off Bruno Fernandes? Bruno Fernandes looked so tired today.
You could see the players.
Around the 75th minute, Bruno Fernandes is walking like he has concrete on his legs. And I'm like, yo, we got Donny van de Beek at number 10. Bring him on.
But even if you look at the game and all today, it had Pogba supposed to be out on the left. The majority of the game, Pogba was in the middle of the field. And we had no one out on the left.
Exactly.
He had to come back to help them in midfield because they would just run past in the midfield. So Pogba had to go back to the midfield.
Exactly. Which goes back to me saying we're a donut in the middle. Nothing in the middle.
Yeah.
Man.
I think it's something that we had mentioned so many times that Oli, he trusts. Well, you could over trust if there's too much. You have too much trust in some players, because probably in the past they may have bailed you out, because because we so heavily dependent on these individual players, creating a moment. If you take them off the field because Oli doesn't have a plan, right? I mean, yeah, he is dependent on these moments. And if I take Bruno off, if I take Ronaldo off, if I take Pogba off, then who is going to create that moment that might win us the game?
But we've been relying on individual brilliance. So I mean, like,
Right.
again, you just throw
Right,
on
so
somebody and hope for the best,
Oh,
right?
exactly. Yeah,
So,
just go there.
so that for me, that is what going through Oli head. So normally you'll have a system and you'll drill your team with a system. So even if you take out one piece and you put in the next piece, it doesn't change how the
Correct.
system will work, right? It might just change a tired leg, whatever. But when you're dependent on these players to step up and create that one moment that will give you a win, then it's very, very difficult in his position to take off the players like Bruno or Ronaldo or Pogba.
One of the advantage I like of having Ronaldo on the field, right, is because he's so high up there in the world of football, right, that you tend to see two defenders marking him off. And when he was pulling out on the left today, because Ronaldo was on the left a lot today, so when he was pulling, you was tend to see the two central midfielders, which is Zuma and whoever else was the next one, was kind of drifting with him, and they was giving Greenwood the space to run through on the right. But I don't know if Shaw and Fred and McTominay and them wasn't seeing the passing to put Greenwood through on that side. Everything is straight over to Ronaldo. And Ronaldo was actually creating the space for Greenwood on the right.
And I think who Ronaldo is, he could just naturally create this space.
Actually,
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying now, because of who he is, nobody want Ronaldo score against him,
But Nico, what you think about what Ian's saying here? He said West Ham played compact on the counter. So obviously it would have taken a brilliant moment to beat them.
Yeah, but okay, let me just say, right? Barcelona, right? If Barcelona playing a team that is compact, all of us don't know it's gonna take there's a matter of time to bring them down to score.
Yeah, tiki-taka.
It's just a matter of time, And we just say, when you see our team sit back against Barca, you just say, well, that's their own detriment because Barca going to break them down. But when our team sit back against us, you just feel like, we're not going to score. You're asking yourself, well, how it is we're going to score? Who going to come up now, as you guys have been saying, with this moment of brilliance, to bail us out, because you doesn't see a way of play that for us to break down these teams. And definitely on the counter, look how West Ham look on the counter today. We had no midfield, and they, from, as I said before, from the defense on the counter is straight onto our defense, and is one move before a shot. So.
And I must big up my goalkeeper. The man in ripping form these days. He in ripping form.
Yeah, no doubt.
Man in ripping form, you understand?
Yeah,
The man make a nice stop. The man make a nice stop with his foot today. But he could have gone with his hand, but
Exactly. He could have caught that. That was for the camera. That was for the camera. That was for the iPhone 13. That was for the iPhone 13. That was for the camera.
And then, well, he put the cherry on top the ice cream with the save at the penalty. So I must say, like, Henderson had luck.
From long time, Jody, you're supporting your goalkeeper.
Watchmen. The man just had a
watchman.
Yeah, no, watching my problem was I didn't see the man had 3, 4, 5 bad games in a row to deserve being dropped now.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Yes, I understand, because he went away because of the birth of his child, and Henderson stepped in and he was doing a great job, and think for the time being, then and there was all. But the way how the media and everybody started to portray it as, is this bad goalkeeper, and he form drop and thing. But as they say,
individual brilliance did beat Pep, and yes, that is true. But we're not playing Pep and Tuchel every single weekend.
Yeah,
exactly. And,
when I turn on my TV, it's not Manchester Derby.
As the saying go, form is temporary, class is permanent. So
exactly. And what teams are going to realize is that, you know what? I'm going to let the ball go to Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw and let them try to cross in, because I've been practicing heading out the ball from the time I was a little kid, right? So they're going to let Man United do that.
Yeah, and then young boys, individual brilliance was dependent for young boys, right?
And this is where Ole had to get tactics right, because remember, everybody know Ronaldo now to be a header of the ball inside our box. So it's obvious when they prepare to play against Manchester, they go in and prepare for them balls crossing coming in, right? So Ole had to use his brain a little bit and train them fellas, well, watch me. Them expecting balls to come in. Well, let's try and go through the middle, and then surprise them with that ball coming in the box. But you see nothing like that. Nothing. It's just like
like you said, Jody. You know what is going to benefit us this season? Off the ball, Ronaldo runs. If Ronaldo can pull away two defenders and your boy Mason Greenwood or Bruno is there when nobody's expecting, that is going to benefit us tremendously.
Yeah. And like they're not doing that on the training pitch as well now. You understand? So it's where you practice, that is what you'll come out on the field and do at the end of the day. So
exactly.
You know, I think like I getting to the point now where I'm not upset with Ole, but with the coach and staff, I'm starting to get like upset with them now, because it's the same thing as seeing game in, game out now. Like they're not working on the problems. You understand? Like they're going with the hype with the 1 or 2 nice little flick passes here, ting, you knock around the ball for about 5-10 minutes, bamboozle last side, almost score 2-3 times, and like they're going with that now, and they're not actually working on
Jody,
almost score 2-3 times.
Which team you watching playing? Can you see?
No, but I was telling you, but it's just only like for a little 5 minutes to see that, and then they're going like 15 minutes full. You understand? And they're not working on you see the whole period. That is what they're not working on.
Yeah. You see that consistency.
Rudy, thanks for joining, buddy. I see Rudy on the inside. He's saying,
Rudy, good night.
Good night, buddy.
He's saying Oli have to show his tactical prowess now. Yeah, and you see the thing about it, and Oli always says it. So that is why, to some extent, I has always jumped to Oli's defense in terms of the coaching aspect. You know what has happened, and you know how did this roll it out. Because Oli has said many times, you know, he is responsible for the philosophy, and it's the execution on the training pitch that Carrick and McKenna, you know, they responsible for. So I know ultimately Oli gonna be responsible because he's the manager. But
yeah, but then Reem, but then you see the thing about it. All right, his philosophy. Then he not getting through the Carrick and them to put it outside on the field.
Well, there's it. So there's the question. So there's the question, and there's a gun post Oli now, right? So if it is Oli has a philosophy and he, you know, will translate it to Carrick and McKenna, and they, let's just say they receive it correct, and they put it to these high quality players, and they're not executing the philosophy, then who you think is really responsible? Because the management not gonna fire 22 players, right? It's much easier to fire a management team.
He's expendable.
Right? Yeah. So how do we tell who is ultimately responsible?
No, well, Oli without
going to the easiest method as to which we see going on all about the place. All right, so if the team are playing good, let me fire the coach and bring in somebody else, right? When
this is what I was saying.
The players just not understand.
No, but this is what I was saying last week, right? I was telling Oli this last week is when after that young boy games, right? When would and me talking about we the fans and the board and whoever, I know I talking about the coach, but Ole, when they go and hold the players accountable for the mistakes they will be making on the field, game in, game out. You understand? Because everybody go come down on Ole out, this keep the team play good, Ole out thing. We only Ole out us today. You hearing them because Manchester win. You understand? But again, who holding the players accountable, and Ole is the man and his coaches are part of holding players accountable for mistakes make, and how you holding them accountable? Put them on the bench. You have other players, let them know, you understand, that your spot not guaranteed on the team. You have to let them know.
Right, I think that's where Fred and McTominay are a bit too comfortable, because there's nobody on the bench that they're looking at saying, okay, well, you're really good. Nobody wants to bring on Nemanja Matic. The guy's 40 years old. Come on, nobody wants to bring him on, right? So that's why Scott and Fred are so comfortable, right? And we need. I pray to God, if we are still top of the league come January, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I don't care if you have to take your salary and buy a central defensive midfielder. Do it. Do it. Do
Yeah,
it. Do
we,
it.
we definitely
But-
need that because for each position it have competition now. Look when Tellez come in, how Shaw had to step up his game. You understand? Now Tellez is like a distance memory from
Injured,
the signing
injured.
last year. No,
I
whether
wanna get-
he injured or not.
I wanna get Nico take on this.
No. My thing is that these same players, right? Let me say if a Bruno Fernandes was playing for West Ham, how West Ham would have looked? Let me say if even a Van der Beek was playing for West Ham, how West Ham would have looked, or how the player himself would have looked. Definitely, I believe they would have looked good. You know, they would look better of how they look at us because they play within a system now. They play knowing that, hey, when I make this run, a man going to run this way. Because at football at that high level, it has beyond instinct. It be type of instinct. That's why it has be training and coaching, right? Because when you know this happening, then you know naturally, you know, that's what you have to do. And it has been more of a reflex now. And for me, we don't have that kind of coaching or training within our players because everything is so slow. Because why? We thinking about who to pass to, we'll be looking to see who making a run in comparison to knowing, right? That is where I had to pass. That is the run that I'm making. That is where I had to put the ball. And to me, that is where we falling short.
At that point in time,
And it
today.
is not necessarily the players. And you know what I mean? My point is it may be not necessarily the players, but they don't have a proper system that they understand.
Before I let Reem talk. I'm not a big fan of Barcelona, right? Because they're cheaters and whatnot. But there's a 5-minute video of there's a 5-minute video of Lionel Messi and Dani Alves just passing around the football. I don't know if you guys have seen that video. And they're playing against opposition players and they telepathically know where they are at that same time. It's like Messi pass, boom, and Messi and Dani Alves are just passing the ball around players so comfortably because they know where each other's going to be.
Yeah.
Why can't Ole Gunnar Solskjaer implement that into the coaches and the coaches implement that into the players as well too?
Yeah,
Exactly. And then you
and
see
I think-
players like Van der Beek looking so good, you wonder where this player was. But he's a
Yeah.
player that would strive within that type of system.
Yeah, and I think King Unruly pre here, welcome buddy, he said right because the example Nico was drawing just now. Look how good Lingard looked at West Ham when he went last season on loan, you know. And I mean, I don't want to criticize the player that won us the game today and say this could be his purple patch, right? Because we know we will get the purple patches from Lingard. But the point that Nico was making is when a player moves into a system, you see the ability that the players have. And that could be why a lot of our players or individual players struggle in our system because they don't have one, you know? I just want to get some comments before we move on, guys, because I see them commenting and fast, right? Dream Chaser saying, I told earlier, the next few games is tough. He have to bring out his tactic. Why he waiting so long, Nicholas? You know, he's supposed to bring it out from the game one. It's either make or break by the end of November. But I don't think, once he keep winning the games, I don't think the performances will really matter. Richard saying, but not just because you're an ex-player means you're a coach. Fletcher and them doing madness or passes are below. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Hey, James, welcome, buddy. He's saying, if they follow that philosophy or replace whoever makes a mistake, then for sure Jailings wasn't coming on or Bissaka.
You understand that?
Right?
Or
No, I understand what you're saying. That is when I was talking about like holding players accountable now. But I'm not talking about just for one mistake, you know. It have certain players, game in, game out, they're saying they're making their mistakes now. That is why I'm talking about that. Not just a one-off mistake. That was a one-off mistake with Lingard. Me going and wholly accountable for that. You understand? That's happened to the best of footballers.
Let me just put in this because I think Phil had mentioned it and Jody, you just mentioned it and you reminded me. I thought, you know, I mean, I used to be one who just criticized Wan-Bissaka, but I thought today he was exceptional.
He wasn't bad.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
I mean, if it's one thing I could probably credit the coaching team for was getting into Wan-Bissaka.
You want me to tell you what going on, Reem? You see them couple games Dalo coming on? he had to step up his game. He have to
Yeah,
step up
remember-
his game because he
yeah,
going to
Dalo-
realize Dalo will come and take my place. You understand? So that was
Because
stopping.
Dalo, most likely Dalo going to play any week, and also Dalo playing for the Champions League, right?
Right?
And if Dalo playing some good performances, then you know,
And now that Dalo is playing with his Portuguese compatriot Cristiano Ronaldo, he's gonna want to prove something as well too.
exactly.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Christian saying Pep, Klopp, Tuchel, their teams look like they have a style of play. Ole doesn't. Like he doesn't know what kind of performance. Yeah, it's true. God, by that.
We are accustomed. We get accustomed to that by now.
He say, and next thing is we just start. We only start to play football when we go behind. We just
Yeah,
play
we gotta definitely
casual.
talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is something that, I mean, why do we wait? And I think someone at the comments had mentioned it earlier. Why it is we just wait to concede before we actually start to play football, or we actually put some pep in we step, because we just, we just like to joke the football, and the football we joking is the comfortable passing football now, So
Exactly.
Fred,
I'm not gonna lie. If we go behind to a Chelsea or Liverpool this season, I ain't seeing no coming back. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's true.
I ain't seeing no
then-
coming back.
Then today I find the refereeing was a little poor today and all. But
Ooh.
yeah, the refereeing was a little poor in today's game. Yes.
well, as we there, like we go into these decisions that this referee made today, because I mean I find it was quite shocking. I don't know what Ronaldo had to do to get a penalty. I don't know what VAR doing, right? I don't know if it's
Well, VAR too, yeah.
Because I mean, these things were. I mean, in my opinion, I know we have a professional referee on the inside here, Nico. But I
referee
tell
for a
you,
while,
I do not. But still, the knowledge and the training don't change. right?
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I sitting here, I don't know what it is. Well, me and Nico, if since the last time you're a referee till now, the rule changed so much so that what we see today was not a penalty, and if the man clipped in the box, well, he had a hole here with his right hand and bend it back. I don't know, right? But that was what going on.
Boy, from what I have seen, that kind of consistent in how they refereeing some of the games, because I don't know if you all would have seen the Leeds game. When Leeds would have played, who Leeds played? Newcastle, right? And it had a similar foul with Dan James. And to me, that was a clear penalty. That was a clear penalty. Yeah, Dan James and beat the man, and the man bounced down. That was a Willock. Bounced him down in the penalty area after James played the ball, and was no penalty. And then again, you saw it again today. Ronaldo beat the player, right, on 2 occasions, clearly. And again, no penalty. So
the first one I would not have given a penalty though, and I'll tell you why. Ronaldo beat the guy, but Ronaldo played for contact, and a lot of players have been doing that. So when I beat a guy, Ronaldo made sure his right leg, his right leg kicked the guy with his knee, and then he went down. Right. So that first penalty I would have not given, but there were maybe 1 or 2 other penalties after that I'm like, yo, what the hell, referee?
Exactly, Phil, exactly what you just said is what in the referee's mind.
Correct.
Right? That Ronaldo looking for it. And remember, these things happen split second. Yes, we know we have but like they have some protocol now that, what I mean, if the on-field referee say no for that type of penalty, well, they're not even going to VAR. Which I disagree with, but they're going into the season with a mindset or a tactic or a plan in terms of how they're going to manage these situations, and that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
Now the thing about it for me, right, is if it is consistent, then I guess I gonna have to accept it, right? If they're consistent with what we're saying now, and that's it happened against Leeds, it happened today against us, it happened against whoever and whoever. If I see consistency with these calls, then I would say, well, okay, well, probably they're really trying to change some certain things to get a response from players, right? Or to get them to stop doing certain things.
But the one with Zuma, though.
Well, they were saying,
that was a penalty.
This is what I'm saying.
Jeez.
This is
But
what I'm saying.
then it's the one with Wan-Bissaka when Wan-Bissaka take out
Nah.
The guy was offside, Jody. The guy was offside.
Yeah, no, but I just showing it with.
He run into Wan-Bissaka. He actually Wan-Bissaka was more or less in front of him.
Yeah, but this was saying being as so, I don't know if it's because after he realized he must be make a boo boo with the Ronaldo, he say, well, he didn't going on him bother about that tackle with Wan Bissaka. You understand? I talk about VAR, not the referee. But he say, well, me, but I'm going to discuss that. Because I telling you, they know they make a boo boo with the Ronaldo tackle. For me, the first one, because of the speed Ronaldo was going over, and when he make that step over and he pushed that ball, it had no other way for that defender to bring Ronaldo around beside kicking it. For me, I find the first one was a penalty. That first one where he step over and he drift the ball off of the guy and then he stick out. The one Phil disagree with. To me, my opinion, I find that was a penalty. That was more penalty than the third one. Than the third one where thing take him out.
But normally we would see a disparity between how the referees in Europe and how VAR in Europe, is applied against how it's done in the EPL and in England. But I don't know, like everybody come together and they decide, well, hey, here we're going on. This is what the standard is now, and let me try to apply it across the board. Because even we knew that Ronaldo played for the penalty against Young Boys, but that would have been given before, right? And then we seeing how the penalties are being scrutinized now, where referees, and then chances are, I think, Nico, as you mentioned it, they probably have an arrangement with VAR that here we're going to try and make a call unless it blatantly, what they call it, wrong and obvious, what they call it?
Obvious, something obvious.
Yes. For VAR to overrule a referee.
Yeah.
So unless it reached to that point where it's wrong, it's incorrect, then VAR can step in. But anytime the margin's fine, VAR can agree with referee. So I guess that is where it comes down to now, and I figure that it might tell players, well, hey, here we're going to play a game instead of trying to sell yourself for a penalty or trying to look for a penalty, and we might see it work. The
one against Shaw there, if he didn't give that as a penalty, I'd be shocked because I see plenty like that giving us penalty already now for the season.
That was That was stone.
So if he didn't give that as a penalty, and he still didn't give it as a penalty, it's bad. Make him go and check it.
I feel bad. He said, "Oh God, look, I know they didn't call that one Ronaldo. And now I have to call one now."
When that penalty was given, my head was gone like Ned Stark in Game of Thrones.
I had no fear because I know my keeper was going to stop that. I had no fear.
Jody, you're sure? You're sure? After Europa League, you're sure? I tell you, I was done saying, wait, but we gonna drop 2 points here.
No.
I was done already.
I don't lie. I'm gonna be honest with
you. The Euro Cup.
I don't lie. Let me be honest with you. At that same point in time, when Shaw hand that ball, is the same time the doctor called me and my mom inside the hospital. And me and she fuming now because I take it off now. And it's after when we done handle up, we see nothing, and I check back, I see, but I get the notification come across my phone, game full time 2-1. I say, what? Say, my keeper, that man kicked that ball over the bar. Or, I tell you, guys, I wasn't expecting they had to save it.
Because all I tell myself, look how our two fullbacks made 2 mistakes in the space of 5 days. And I'm like, Jesus Lord, help me.
Yeah.
Hey Dion, thanks for joining. She's saying good night all, taking the win. Of course. Justice was served by Jesse and De Gea. So I want to get a little opinion on this, right? Because and I mentioned it to Nico earlier today, because I find it very, very interesting. Football is a real funny game. You take your chances and then your fortunes change. That is just how it goes, right? And Jesse Lingard, for the past 3 games, Jesse Lingard has been the first person off the bench. Right? So I was trying in my mind to make it make sense. And this is my theory, so I want to get your thoughts after. Now for me, I see it as a business arrangement or as a business tactic, because Man United will not want to lose anybody, especially somebody of Jesse Lingard's quality, for free. Jesse Lingard has decided that he is not going to renew his contract unless he's guaranteed playing time, right? And he can sign a pre-contract thing come January, right? So it's kind of urgent. It's on the top of the agenda to get him to sign on before that window is open, right? And so the thing that they have to do, and I'm thinking, right, I could be wrong, I could be dead wrong, and it's because Ollie just really like the player and he, whatever, right? But I am thinking that, this decision was made to say, hey, here we're going on. We need this guy to sign. So if it means that you have to play him, play him. Give him the assurance that he'll get minutes, not in words, but in deeds as well. And from the time he signed that contract, Ollie, you could do what you want. We just need to secure this financial asset. And guys, it's so worked out that Jesse Lingard has been taking his opportunity. He taking the chances as it presented to him. But as far as I'm concerned, when you look at it, it doesn't make sense that all of a sudden the first person off your bench is Jesse Lingard. Just so. Right? Now I understand Jesse Lingard has always been positive, he's always been upbeat, he, whatever team player, he'll sit down, he'll be quiet, he ain't gonna cause no trouble. But when you look at it, right, I am thinking and I'm seeing this as a decision, hey, here we're going on. Solely to get this man to sign. After that, whatever. But if during that period, Jesse holds this opportunity with two hands and doesn't let go, then, well, we get a good player and through this period he plays, right?
That's exactly what he's doing. Because I looking at it as from Jesse's point of view is a win-win for him, not the club, because he won the game time, so he getting the game time. You understand? And the more he get game time, he performing. He going to get him a bigger headache now when coming to team selection. You understand? Whether I be coming off the bench, as you say, first person to come off the bench, or whether I be putting him in the starting lineup. So for me, let Jesse continue the way he going. Don't go and put no pen to no paper. You understand? And enjoy yourself, because for how much years you're on the bench, you wasn't even in the team squad. You understand? So enjoy yourself now. You understand? Let management and them cut up their head whether you want to sign, whether you want to stay on to the club. You enjoy yourself, enjoy the football, and play.
Yeah, Ian, you're right. You're damn right. Anyway, go through, fella. Go through, fella.
Go ahead, Phil.
No, I mean, it makes financially right to lock down Jesse Lingard to probably another 3 or 4 year contract, right? If he does perform, his resale value, in my opinion, will be great. So we're talking about in excess of $30 million if he does sign a contract. If he does also keep on putting in these type of performances. I'm not the biggest fan of Jesse Lingard. I was one of the people that wanted him to be sold this summer because I thought he was surplus to requirements. But you know what? Keep on proving me wrong. And if you do this summer, because I thought right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if he does put in these performances, yeah, like Jody said, it will be giving Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a headache. And it possibly would give Gareth Southgate a headache as well too.
Yeah. Nico, you want to jump in on this or?
Nah, move on now. Yeah, I think I would have said exactly what I would have said.
So I guess we agree on the theory that it's purely a financial and just taking the chance with his both hands.
Yeah, he's taking the chances.
I like the fact that for each position, it's a competition now. Well, except for the CDM position, but for each position right now, it's a competition because you have, if you're looking at Ronaldo Cavani on top, right? You have Sancho Greenwood on the right. You have Rashford, Pogba, and Martial on the left. You understand? Himself, if you want to pull Pogba out from the left, bring him in the middle, you have Matic. Who go get a hard 10 minutes to the end of the game, he could come on.
No, but at the end of the game, he could.
He go get a hard 10 minutes. I would say at the end of the game now. You understand? Yeah, and you have Fred, McTominay, Pogba in the middle there. You could rotate it, mix it up however you want to mix up the Kalalu for the time being until you get a CDM. Then you have the right back with Dalwan and Wan-Bissaka. You have Varane, Lindelof, you have Maguire, Bailly. Next, I don't know what's going on with you right now. And then on the left side, you have Shaw and Tellez. So, we have a good squad, It's just for them to get the tactics right.
Exactly. So, guys, I think we could wrap today's game You know, I think what is most important is the 3 points. You know, so we're still up there. It's only 5 games in. Yes, too early. Yes, and even Ollie had to tell a reporter, you know, we're talking about title charge, 5 games
Yeah.
in 4. You know, let's come back and have this discussion January, February around that time,
You say
right?
April. You say April, May.
April,
Yeah, you
May,
stretch
right?
it. You say April, May.
I
Yeah,
like the fact that how the so-called Big Four, Big Five, or you call them, for this next couple of weeks, they're playing one another now. So we had to
yeah,
capitalize on that to try and open up that gap.
yeah.
And when coming to Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, really actually, meaning I don't even have that fear that we can know the players and them, for them games and them, they're going to come out, going to step up for them big games as they just do every year.
I hope so, boy. I
No,
hope.
no. Every if you realize, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, whether we lose 1-0, whether we win 2-0, whether we win 2-1, or may go, the players they just totally see a different performance from the team for them games and them. Like they just be up for it.
I'm not gonna lie. Our one of our best players in Manchester derbies of the last 2 to 3 seasons has been Fred. I won't lie. He
Yeah,
has been.
Fred and
I think
Wan-Bissaka.
yeah, the key for me is these smaller teams. You know, teams like West Ham today, and another day we could have draw or lost this game. You know, and nice points drop. To me, if we have drop points, better it be against the bigger teams and the smaller teams. You know, so to me, there is my concern. Like we at home, to me, this season at home definitely we look like we'll be very strong.
and
Is these are away games against these smaller teams is my concern.
like when you realize who starting to be the difference maker in them games and them with the little one goal he keep popping up in them games and them is Ronaldo. Where
Yeah.
before we didn't have that whole shiny box, you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys,
If,
what we
if
want to do
Ronaldo could do
now?
that every game, you know, he may not be
That's
able to
it.
do that every game
No,
because,
well,
because the thing about Ronaldo is one shot, one kill. You know, I know
no,
Reeves
but
with
we're
San
like,
still shot today. You know, where Ronaldo maybe could have done better. But at
we're
the end of
like
the day,
it's
his
because
conversion rate is phenomenal.
But
we're
the
like
thing
it's
about it,
because we have Cavani as backup.
yeah.
You
but
understand?
Right. So, but what we had to be considerate, what we had to consider as well is the fact that the EPL is, you know, like sometimes, and I mean, I don't mean to use this analogy, but you see like how with the coronavirus, you know, you have it morphing and you're getting different variants. That's how the EPL are. So they don't sit and they will, okay, so Ronaldo doing this, all right, or whatever. Like, they will adjust and they will study Ronaldo and teams will come up with a plan to deal with Ronaldo. Now, Ronaldo is a kind of different monster. So chances are it's a good matter, right? But
Tego.
let's not be ignorant of the fact that Ronaldo could struggle because today, Ronaldo.
Today Declan Rice put Ronaldo. Today Declan Rice pocketed Ronaldo about 3 or 4
Yeah,
times.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So Ronaldo was very, very quiet for large portions of the game today.
I
Yeah,
don't
watch
think
me.
it's Ronaldo's fault though. I think
It could be
Ronaldo,
out
like, a team
in
fault.
games like that. In games like that, it will be like a one-off because Ronaldo signed so late for Manchester United. Teams didn't have time to prepare, and teams cannot. When I mean they might do a fast preparation for Ronaldo and them, but to really
Nah,
analyze his
them had
movements,
time to
and,
do that, man.
well, because the game's coming so thick and fast. You understand?
While-
Them prepare for Manchester United about 4 weeks before the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That is the biggest game on the calendar.
But guys, I want to
Biggest
change,
game on the calendar.
direction. I want to change the direction because we're on the hour mark, right? So we'll give it about a 5-10 minutes, right? We have West Ham again on Wednesday coming up in the Carabao Cup or the League Cup, right? Now, because West Ham are in Europe, they would be in a position where they would need to rotate. Man United, we have, you know, we in Europe as well, so we have to rotate. So I suspect we will see 2 rotated teams on Wednesday, right? This is an opportunity. Now, I know some of you all on the panel here and even in the comments may not rate the Carabao Cup, but Oli is in desperate need of a trophy, you know? And if he could win one, no matter which one it is, at least he could say that he win a trophy as Man United manager, you know, and hopefully that will spur him on to winning more and winning more and winning. But the challenge is always winning your first one. And Oli has never, as far as I could see in his tenure here, he has never treated a tournament or a competition, a cup competition, with carelessly, if I could put it like that. He has always, treated, or likely, he has always treated every tournament, you know, with his best foot forward, you know. So how you all see Ollie going into this game?
No, a lot of United fans don't rate this Carabao Cup. This is how I see it, right? If Manchester United Football Club makes it to the Carabao Cup final and we lose, my WhatsApp, my Instagram, my Snapchat, my LinkedIn, my MySpace, my high five will be going off with rival fans, right? If we do win, rival fans will be saying, "Oh, it's just the Carabao Cup. How you guys are like only suited for that cup." I say win it. I would rather have my phone quiet if we win that trophy, right? Now here's the thing, right? Against West Ham, they do have to play rotated teams. I don't expect to see a full strength West Ham squad, but if Donny van der Beek and Edison Cavani don't get any play in this next fixture, in terms of Donny van der Beek, just pack your bags come January. I'm sorry.
Again, I expecting a heavily rotated squad. The only player, I think Henderson, if he is fit, Henderson fit, he is on the bench today.
Nah, Heaton starting that game. Trust me.
Yeah.
Henderson,
Heaton, yeah.
Gosh.
Henderson's still playing for the under 21 and getting string up.
Oh,
We had
gosh.
20 cheese.
The under
Yeah,
22
so
and getting string up.
Yeah. So again, as you would have said, Rim, if it is that Ollie taking the cup serious, then I would expect he to start. But I guess it was some games in a lot of games in a row, so maybe I may not. I could see Lindelof coming back into the team. Question mark though is Maguire, because for some reason he doesn't rest Maguire. So I think Maguire would play. I think Van der Beek definitely will come into the team. Sancho should get a start, to start to build that confidence.
Rashford.
He was, Rashford so
already.
fit. I don't think Rashford ready as yet.
already.
Cavani though, he said that he had some hope for Cavani. So I'm hoping that Cavani, even if he doesn't start, get some minutes in this game.
Yeah, and well, me and Rim partner, see my gal is starting this game coming up here.
Yeah, possible. And my eyes will be on
Possible.
Martial, yeah.
Possible.
Martial, yeah.
Martial definitely starting horse.
Yeah.
but my eyes
telling you.
my eyes will be on Dalo's performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is my eyes
Yeah, but somewhere I see Davis Moyes being so Antonio was out for this game. He will start him this game against
He gets
Carabao.
straight red. He gets straight red. How much
Straight red.
games he could be out?
No, it's 2 yellow you get.
2 yellows, so
yellow.
one game, one
Yeah,
game.
he definitely back for this game. He's coming back.
Yeah, so
I say start Eric Bailly then, because Eric Bailly has that physicality that can
Physicality.
knock Antonio, not this off. Sorry.
yeah, but Maguire, he won't drop Maguire because I don't know, like he have a soft spot for Maguire and all.
But
Yeah.
so far, when we see the pairing, Maguire and Varane has been the better defender.
You better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cleaning up the man, watch me, the man just cleaning up that set up Maguire to
Yeah,
all
because
over
today
the
Maguire made a couple mistakes that was uncharacteristic.
which could have lead to the first goal. That
Exactly.
he got cut back and they take the ball off of him.
Yeah, but one thing a lot of people don't realize is that Varane has pace. A lot of people don't realize that Varane is very fast when it comes to like tracking on the football.
Yeah.
Simeon correct there.
Yeah.
Saying Maguire giving away goal chances every game now.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
That's
He make it
so
started
true.
to make. I don't know because of how Varane he taking it for granted now and he kinda just dropping the level a bit. You understand? And thinking, well, Varane to help clean up certain things.
Nah, don't take that risk. Sorry.
No, but that's how he thinking. That's how he operating. You understand? Because Maguire, I find he and Shaw combination is not looking the same again. I don't know what's going on with them.
The Maguire that was at the Euros, I expected that Maguire, but I'm not saying that Maguire.
Yeah.
Maguire was one of the most. Maguire was in the Euro. It was in the team for the Euros. Team of the Euros.
Yeah.
Next to Chiellini, he was one of the best defenders in the tournament. And I was like, okay, if we can get that Maguire, then boom, Varane and Maguire, nobody's getting back. Get close.
Yeah.
But
This
if you
1-1
remember-
goal.
If you'll remember last season, Maguire did start slow and then he picked up. So let's see
Yeah,
how
but
it
this
goes.
This 1-1 goal we keep giving up every game. It
but-
will come back to bite us where we lost
Of
our
course.
game 1-0, you know.
It's
We will
true.
lose our game 1-0. So they had to try and tighten up on the back there because going forward, the forward line, well, yeah, it's just we midfield as we was talking earlier. Just not producing the passes for the forward, for the forward line.
Well, and that's a problem that even our best 11 struggling with. So, I mean, let's see if we're going to be having the same discussion come Wednesday in terms of the supply
No,
lines for
no. Well, Wednesday gonna be a different. Is that gonna be like 9 different players gonna be playing?
Jody, it gotta be the same thing.
No, what's saying? Yeah, I know, but
same.
it's 9 different players gonna be playing come Wednesday. Are you
Same
looking at
coaches.
9 different players? Yeah.
Same coaches. So guys, let's get some score predictions for Wednesday. How you all think this will go? Would we be
Are we playing that game home or away? We playing that game home or away?
Old Trafford.
Old Trafford.
No,
Are you looking at 3-1?
We got some licks to share then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
2
feel
0.
3-1. Are you looking at 3-1?
2
I
0.
feel like 3-1. I feel
Yeah.
like 3-1 a Marcel hat-trick. That's
Well,
it.
Oh, God.
okay. Now you guys told me that Tom Heaton is in goal. I kind of see us conceding, but in terms of the 9 players that Jody is calling for, right? Those 9 players have to impress not only Ole Gunnar Solskjaer but the crowd as well. Too.
Crowd, yes. Yeah.
Crowd, because if you don't perform for the crowd, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is making mental note of that. And he may not even give you another chance, probably 3 or 4 games down the road. But in terms of this scoreline, boy, I want to say a 3-1 or a 4-1.
Yeah, I don't believe it's actually 1. Marcia will score 1 rim. He will score a hat trick. He might score 1 and assist 1.
Juju, go on, do your thing again and give me 2 now, boy. 2 at least 2.
No. I only hope all captain Ronaldo again and all the FPL team.
I don't change it. Anyway, so guys, let's get closing
No
thoughts
comment.
as we look to wrap it up now. Closing thoughts. Jody, give me some closing thoughts now.
Yeah, well, overall, I wasn't too impressed with the team performance today. Hoping for better next week against Aston Villa. Because Wednesday's a different team, but I talk more for the Premier League.
Yeah.
Hoping for a better performance against Aston Villa. We're gonna be playing home, so as I say, we home form. I have no problem with it because when we home, we running our teams. So I hope looking for the victory from there. As for Wednesday game against West Ham, we're sure hoping for the best. I tell you, I'm hoping for the best for Wednesday.
Go to Nico.
Yeah, again today, as Phil would have said, I mean, he went in with here and come out ball, yeah,
You too,
and I tell you, and that's how the feelings as me, boy. That's how the feelings as me, So let me hope that this is just the beginning of the season, and there is a plan in place, there is a structure in place, there is a style in place. I know we have been clamoring this from the day Oli has came to now, but hopefully there's more glaring because even he would have spoke about his midfield's performance today. So for me, I just hoping that we really tighten up in that midfield area at the field going forward, because it will have games where we will go behind and we will be able to come back. So that's a really tighten up on let me see something to hold on to and say, hey, I like what I've seen from my team. As long as I can get that, I good to.
Yeah. Mitchell?
Yeah, I made a comment today with regards to Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard went from 0 to hero today, right? I know mistakes are made, but that was a great way for Jesse Lingard to respond with regards to the mistake he made versus Young Boys, right? David De Gea coming out big today. Nobody expected that. If that goal had gone in, my phone would have been going off. But a lot of people, when they saw David De Gea save, they probably started pressing backspace on their keyboard, right? Yeah. And those are my closing thoughts. Looking forward to West Ham on Wednesday and Aston Villa next week.
Yeah, nice. So guys, I think it looking better for us as we in terms of player availability, because Rashford is ahead in terms of his rehab. Yeah, and recovery.
Which is not exactly a good thing, but
well, I mean, if I'm honest with you, it have certain games where seeing Rashford's qualities will
be needed.
Yeah, I hope that it will be used like that instead of as opposed to the whole favoritism thing that
He might get a little 20 minutes at Wednesday, according to how he fitness way.
Nah, I don't think he not ready yet. He not ready yet. And then we have Cavani coming back, Tellez coming back, so we will have a fully fit squad, which will give Oli some good problems to have.
Yeah, but Real Madrid at the end of the day know he going to pick his favorites.
Well, I mean, whether he will do it at his own detriment, if the favorites don't perform. So he putting himself in a position where he have good decisions to make, but also it'll be telling, right? Because he won't have anywhere to hide. So I am looking forward to seeing the team play and progress. I am of the hope that as the season go on, and as we train more, I'm saying it again earlier, as we train more, that we'll see some semblance of execution of a plan that I mean he have to have a plan, right?
I want them to international break November and October, November to come and just go fast so that we could just get on with the football and just start a play.
Yeah, and the final words is I want to be entertained while my team win. I don't want to have to be frustrated seeing my team play while still getting results, And as we would have all said here, there will come the point when those moments don't come, and these mistakes we will get punished for them. So I hope going forward that we can actually enjoy our team play football, rather than these small pockets throughout a 45, a 90, sorry. So guys, thanks again for joining, Jody, Big Phil. Thanks again, guys, for joining myself and Nico on the inside.
Yeah, man.
FIFA boss.
So we will be here again on Wednesday to review the Carabao Cup. I think it's the third round or fourth round, whichever round it is. Clash against West Ham again. So let's hope that our fortunes will remain, but the performance will be much better, and we could be excited about how our team played. Have a good night, everybody.
Hey, good night.
See you on the next one.
Good.